Hi, welcome to our reading for February 2017. Remember, it's a general reading, so see what feels right for you. See which sign symbols, bells, whistles, messages, energies resonate for you and bring you clarity to what you're wondering, concerned, confused, inquiring, dreaming, praying about. We're all children of God. We're all psychic. We're not all going through the same thing at the same time, at the same pace. So see what feels right for you. It could be one sign, and that brings you clarity. It could be the whole reading. It could make sense later. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest, greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. How you ride these energetic waves that come through here is always up to you. Is it your wave? Is it not your wave? Are you waiting for another wave, preparing for that wave, crashing into the wave, riding the wave, or ignoring the wave? Also, feel free to make this an interactive video if you want to pull some cards for yourself. And if you have some time, try to check out the musical playlist below. See if there's more depth for this reading for you in any of those songs, or just enjoy the music. I love you guys so much. I missed you. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy the reading. I'll see you in a moment. Leo, welcome to our reading for February 2017 for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's begin and see what kind of energy is coming through for our month. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. Let's get clarity and focus on the energies coming through for February 2017 and wisdom to ride these energies best. Let's start with one card, a nice focus and foundation to our month. One card for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And death is coming through, Leo. That's a complete transformation somewhere. That's a nice card. It requires the shedding of old skin. You know, those old ways of doing something, to let something go, to speak up, to become, to spread your wings, to become something completely different, to take a situation that you started and then make it your own. You know, doing something one way for a while and figuring out there's a better way to do it. Or there's something new that comes through that allows you to feel like you're living again. Like it's not just on the same old, I'm getting like, I see a railroad track, like the same, you know, the same scenery every day. It's like this comes through and there was a side, you know, a side track that was there the whole time, Leo. And all you needed to do was hit that lever, or destiny comes by and pulls that lever for you. And it's time to go a different road. It's time to do something different. It's time to have some expansion somewhere in your world. This brings expansion big time. You have to allow something to go. Allow something to leave your world. You know, a way of doing something, a way of perceiving something, a way that you always went about doing whatever. The old you that you were when you did that and whatever happened in the past, because it's not the past. So it's sometimes figuring out how to do something different. And I always get like another chance. I just heard, after all, it's like Cher, it's like a duet. I just heard that song come through. It's also, I think it's from the movie Chances Are. I want to say that's an 80s movie. That's a weird thing to come through. That's also a weird movie. That's a weird movie. I'm going to put the, like, I'll try to find the trailer for that. Cause it's like it's like a weird, like the husband passes away and goes back as the daughter's boyfriend and comes back around and gets hit, like something hits him on the head and he remembers his past life. That's a weird movie. I'm not sure where that came through, Leo. Maybe there's some weird 80s movies coming through or something like that. But it's sometimes even seeing a movie or something that happened in the past and seeing it again. And it's completely different this time around when you see that. It's like a different movie. It's like when you see something when you're a kid and then a long time goes by and then you see it again as an adult and you're like, how did I not get those references in that movie? You know, and it's even in your world. You see something in your kid's shoes, in your old skin with that old filter, you don't see it the same way. I'm getting like, you know, sometimes when you feel like you're being made fun of or something like that. It made me think of my parents and their big cowboy hat, or, you know, the cowboy cowgirl hats when we were little. Like my sister and I, like, I don't know about her. She's pretty comfortable in her skin. By the way, my sister's a Leo and I also have a Leo moon. But I had moments where my Virgo, like, think I'm being judged or judgment on myself or what is going on, analyzing everything going on around me in my world was sort of hard through like adolescence when you're in your awkward shoes and phase anyway. Everything feels awkward. And I was embarrassed by my parents' cowboy hats. I was. And then there was a moment, Leo, when I grew up and I was ironically living by myself in New York City. And I went to the cowboy store and bought myself an amazing, like, suede cowboy hat. And I can remember calling my parents and being like, no, that time when, you know, I was sort of embarrassed by you. Well, I take it back and I think you're pretty awesome for just rocking your own style. And I just needed to grow up a little bit and realize that I can be comfortable in my own skin and whatever I want to rock, you know? So this is like putting on your cowboy hat. If you always wanted to be a cowboy, you know, give it a try. Get on that horse and give it a go. You know, it's a new experience. It's being on something that makes you feel alive again, Leo. This comes through reminding you you have now to live. So what are you waiting for? What is that thing you wanted to do? What is that thing you wanted to say? What is that conversation you've been meaning to have? It's time. Sometimes this comes through. It's major arcana. It's 13. I look at 13 as a beautiful, powerful number. It's one of those like weird, like, you know, the energy's been placed on it without someone knowing its proper meaning. But I mean, the 13 brings you to a 4. It brings you stability. It puts your sockets back in. It puts your socks back on, right? It's like, I just saw someone walking around with one sock on. Although I must say that sometimes you need to find the balance, and there's a transition time where you need to get comfortable spreading your wings, maybe just one wing, you know, and I just thought of being uncomfortable in the middle of the night and sticking out just one leg. So you're sort of half warm and half not and perfect somehow. Maybe that's just me, but that's what I thought of, like maybe coming out of your skin just a little bit, you know, see how it feels. You know, stretch out. I'm getting something new in your world coming through that's really good that you can grow into. Maybe you have some room, you know, like a big sweater or something like that, and you have some wiggle room here, Leo, or you have some room to grow here. So let yourself grow. In the beginning, it's uncomfortable when you don't know how to fly, but you get good at it and it becomes natural, and then you soar, right? This is giving you the chance to soar, Leo, to get out of your cocoon. I feel like there's a big snake, so I think of wisdom, something sacred, knowledge coming through, knowledge gained because you went through something, knowledge you're figuring out just now about something you already went through. there's all the signs here. So I feel like there's been like a season or a year or something like that. Maybe a year goes by or time goes by or seasons change. Wait for the next season, or this is the next season. Maybe it was a darker season before, cold, and now something's bursting out. I just see like the phoenix. That, by the way, was painted by my sister. So maybe an eagle or a totem animal or something rising, you know? I feel like that eagle has on like a jetpack. Like they're just going straight for the sky, straight for the stars, straight for your hopes, straight for your dreams. Just let yourself fly. I feel like you just have to release something that was tying you down. It was like keeping you down before, and you just wanted to fly, and you just had to cut something away and let yourself go. I just saw a hot air balloon go by. Well, not really. I'm in my living room, but like a hot air balloon. Maybe because I saw that. It sort of looks like it could be a hot air balloon. But I saw a big hot air balloon outside in my mind. All right, let's see. Maybe you're finding a different way to fly, a gentle way. You know, it doesn't have to be with the jetpack or, you know, taking the plane or walking along the path. You know, it can be a different way, something unusual, something special that's you, Leo. All right, let's get another card. There's also a Scorpio here. So it could be a Scorpio that you're dealing with, or it could be something that hit a trap. You know, like I see somebody walking in the woods, and I can remember playing with my friends when I was little, and we would do booby traps, and they had a lot of property. So it was a bunch of kids playing like tag, and it was probably very dangerous, and we probably shouldn't have been doing that. But I can remember like there were holes, or like you dig a hole and then you put some branches on, and then you put the leaves on top, and that was so dangerous. We really could have just like twisted our ankles. Thank God we never did. But you would like step in the trap, and it wasn't very big. It would take too long to dig the holes. But you know, something like you see in a movie. You know, it was our little kids version of something we saw in, like, I don't know, I think of Rambo or something like that. So don't get stuck in the booby traps here, Leo. Don't get stuck in the typical traps, or the thing that is obviously there and covered with leaves, you know, or you heard the kids, or you're like, you're the adult, you hear the kids like giggling, like, oh, see if they step in it. And you're like, oh, okay, let's see if it's over here. Oh, like maybe, you know, you don't really fall in so much this time. Maybe you know it's coming, and you just sort of work with that energy. I feel like a lighter energy, or maybe you can just fly over the booby traps altogether, Leo. You found your wings, and you don't have to worry about anything getting your way on the ground at all. Although I feel like you're grounded too. So I feel like you know when to land. You know when there is a landing space for you. All right, let's get another card. Clarity on death for Leo. Oh. Hold on, cards fell, but too many, and I didn't see them. So let's shuffle and get clarity on death. Major Arcana. This is a weird card. It makes me think of, I just thought of Casper, the movie with Christina Ricci. If there's a song from that movie, I'll put it below. I don't know if there is. But when I saw that, that's what I thought of. I don't know, maybe something in the movies. I'm getting a lot of movie references with Leo. That's sort of different. I just thought of What Dreams May Come, out of nowhere. That's actually one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. And The Abyss. Wow, you guys are getting movies. All right, let's continue. Let's just go with what comes through for Leo. There's probably some good soundtracks. Maybe movie soundtracks are important for Leo, or your ability to see a scene or a movie when you hear something. Maybe you actually do directing or writing, or, you know, something like that, and you can hear a story that happened and make it real, make it alive, make that story transform like the phoenix into something real before your eyes. That's pretty cool, Leo. You know, if you have that kind of eye, that kind of flair to direct give it a go. You can do stuff on your phone now. I mean, if you're professional, you know that's for you. There's a story in you that you know about that you need to make real, make true in your world. But if you're just giving it a go, Leo, and that's new for you, maybe like I just heard GoPro, something like that, simple. Maybe just hit record on your phone and see what comes through. Even like a mini movie or animation or something like that. It's easier than we think now. There's so many apps and ways to do it. Maybe give it a try if that's new for you. All right. I hear story, movie, like, you know, it's when sometimes you hear a song and it doesn't make any sense until you actually get to see it. If it's a good video, sometimes the video wrecks the song and it was better just not see it all along. Or sometimes, you know, I like to put the words to songs sometimes because you can't always understand the singer, you know, or it makes more sense once you see it once, you know. Maybe you need to see something that you heard. All right, let's get another card for Leo for February. Clarity on death. And, oh my, we have the King of Water coming through. So maybe you have someone around you pretty emotional, sexy, confident, takes care of others. It's like a good family man. They know what to do, how to handle a lot of emotions. I always see this guy, like the dad has a lot of girls in the family and they all have their period at the same time. And he just knows how that goes and it's not a big deal, you know? So when they're in the office and someone has something to say, they don't feel weird about it. They know, even if it's a guy that grows up that had sisters, you know, it's like not so weird. They get it. I feel like he's sensitive or he just gets along with women. Maybe just understands the waves of emotions, not so scared of it. This king, by the way, usually water signs, so Pisces, Capricorn, Scorpio-ish. They could have that in their chart. This could be you coming through, you know, putting your sensitive side to work, feeling something out, feeling something at an emotional level that came through. I mean, if there's change coming through in your world, it can be hard to leave something behind. It feels weird to adjust, to flip your fins different, you know, to go in bigger waters, to handle a different pressure coming through. Or I'm getting like a better flow that you can actually move with better. Maybe you were under pressure before. This king's pretty calm. He also has a lot of makeup on. That makes me think of Laid by James. There was a few versions of that song, Leo, but I must say that I didn't actually hear as many times as I heard that in my life on a jukebox. I never heard the words to James Laid song until I heard it once on Pandora, randomly somewhere, acoustic. So I'll put that one below. And then I was like, what is he saying? Like, dye my eyes and call me pretty. You know, look at that picture. I hope you can see this. Can you tell? I don't know if you can tell, but it looks like he has green eyeshadow on, which maybe that's that just rocking the cowboy hat, you know, rock the green eyeshadow. Do it, you know? Stand out somewhere. Have the confidence, even in how you feel, Leo. Have confidence with your feelings on something, with your intuition, with your psychic insights, and go with it. This guy or girl knows that they are right, knows what to go with, know what to stay away from, know the timing on something, when to come back, when the tide is right. I just heard Tide is High by Blondie. Trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. This king knows how to take care of others. Sometimes they know how to be distant too. So sometimes if they need to shut down a little bit emotionally so they can come back inside and deal with something inside them, they do that. Because they've been to the bottom of the ocean and they know there's scary shit down there. So they're not afraid of it, but they just have to adjust to deal with things, you know, differently or in that particular situation. But they also know how beautiful it is to come and have that breach above the water and to breathe again, you know, to know that there's, once you've been down there, you know what's down there. There's nothing to be scared of. I I feel like there's always instinct and intuition with this, with the mermaid. Working with others in harmony, being the conductor of an orchestra. I feel like this king is the one that needs help and does a little flip of the fin, and that one little flip of the fin or thought in the air or connection being made reaches out there and creates a vibration that is reached. It's felt by others. And the right vibrational energy help partnerships, you know, come back. That feel that. It's like they heard that call, that vibration, that dance, that song, and they're on board. So it's also knowing, like, you know, when it wasn't the right vibration, it knows when to stay away, I guess. Or maybe he knows how to handle that. He's a little bit closed off and a little bit like a genie. So you're protecting something here. Maybe there's a sternness, or he's a little stubborn. He could be a little stubborn on opening up emotionally just because he doesn't want to open that can of worms all of the time. I feel like this is the king that just has that, like, I just heard Pillow Talk by ZAYN. Maybe like pillow talk time, Leo. You know, like, doesn't have to necessarily go out with the boys and express what goes on in the bedroom. They keep that to him or herself. But when they're in the bedroom, they open up and they have that cushion of vulnerability where they can really open up and have that support system to get their strength back. So when they go out in the real world or whatever is going on in their life, they still feel supported and strong, even if they had a little cry session the night before. You know, it's okay to be sensitive or have things overwhelm you at times. Sometimes there's scary shit that happens. There are scary monsters down there that sometimes just, you know, come across our path. So, you know, it's not getting stuck in the cry, but knowing where the support is. This king is not afraid to go to his or her nest, support system, cave. I just saw the, like, the ship in Splash. Like, and then I just thought of her in the bathtub, putting the salt in the bath. So trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. He's the philanthropist, you know. He doesn't need to have recognition coming back or glory coming back to help a situation. It's done to help the situation, to help the person, period. They're on their way, you know, on to the next. There's something else he has to do, take care of. He's not going to get wrapped up in it. So sometimes that's why it could feel a little cold. You know, they take the proper time they need, and then they just sort of move along and they'll check back in. So it's a strong force that is there, you know. I want to say he or she is going to stick around, but maybe they have to go off and, like, I hear, like, adventures or different waves or different things they have to take care of to come back. Maybe to you, Leo, you know. This could be you. This could be someone you know. You recognize this. It says, oh, but I feel like even in a specific Leo sun, moon, rising reading, it's still a general reading for us. So it's open your heart and your mind to those around you, trustworthy and heartfelt advice, charity work. So open your heart. There might be somebody else who needs to open up to you. It might be somebody who doesn't normally open up. Maybe this person is not normally the king of, like, water, the king of cups. Maybe he's normally, you know, an air sign or a fire sign or an earth sign. And, you know, this is a little new or different. And for some reason, this transformation is happening maybe around you, Leo. Maybe you're allowing something to transform, like, in front of you, or it's happening around you, or you're recognizing this person or helping them out, helping them, you know, come up with a different beat, spread their wings a different way. I feel like if this is someone you know, you're working together. You're feeling the same waves come through. So let's get one more card for Leo. Clarity on the King of Water. I hear follow your gut on every feeling that comes through. You know, whether you should open up about something or just not. You know, or save that for another time. Wait till, you know, your feathers dry off on your wings before you're ready to give it a go. You know, I just saw, like, a duck or a goose or, like, a land bird. I want to say, what, a pheasant. Like a pheasant or a grouse. Something running around. But well, that was a lot of birds, and I have a deck of all birds in my hand. So let's see what comes up for Leo. Or a peacock, you know, Leo, like something sort of cute that walks around on the ground. I don't know, maybe you have to learn to walk on the ground in those shoes before you start to fly on something. I heard just get your landing straight and you're good. I'm not sure what that means. Let's just get a card. Leo. Card for Leo. The finch. Well, the finch is a little bird that flies around. The finch is really cute. I love the little finch. I always want to say hi, Finch. What does that make me think of? That makes me think of, you're getting all movies, Leo. American Pie. Isn't the one character named Finch? I think that's right. So 12 is also like the Hanged Man. It's a moment to change perspective, stretch your wings, see something a different way, get involved with something, feel like you're emotionally involved again with something instead of just like I saw like the forest without growth. It's like something's sprouting, something's becoming, something's starting to grow again. All right, let's see. 12, Finch. Oh no, do I have the book? I don't have the book. I'll be right back. All right, Leo, I am Finch, the diversity of experience. I am a million facets of reality. I am an eternal spectrum of color, like a kaleidoscope. I exist in myriad ways and bring the magic of alternatives. I am the high energy of restless anticipation. I am new direction and choice. I am your clue that it's time. That's so cool. That's the Phoenix rising. It's time to switch things up, spice it up, change the colors, take the road never traveled. That's that switch thing, the other road. You know, if you are stagnant, I will be there with opportunity. If you have seen it all before, I will change the landscape. The landscape, that's so cool. This is such a cool rounding reading. This is coming right around. So, if you have seen it all before, I will change the landscape. Without change, everything stops. I am the million of paths you could take. I am the urge to try something new. I am the joy of a free and adventuresome way of life. I am the flurry of endless activity. You are ready to leave the comfort zone and mingle with new realities. You are abundant in curiosity. You are active change. You are blending experience. You are Finch. That's a really good reading, Leo. I feel like it's just a whole new landscape. Like, just get excited. It's something you haven't seen before. It's something you haven't experienced before. It's going to feel like fresh water, you know, like a fresh change in your world. But it takes you allowing transformation to come through and happen. You know, don't resist that to happen, because it's going to feel pretty good after it does. After you get over that little, like, initial, you know, stretcheroo. All right, guys, I love you so much. I hope this was helpful. I will see you soon.